Thank you for joining us here at 6 a.m. I'm Jason Hackett alongside Alicia Lewis. A lot to get to as we come on the air, including breaking news out of Los Angeles right now. Protesters on the streets throughout the night following ICE raids.
Now, our Audrey Russo is at the live desk with the very latest. We're also tracking developments at the state capitol as lawmakers go into a special session this morning. But first, here at 6 o'clock, let's get out to the backyard with meteorologist John Ziegler in a light, fashionable coat. Oh, and an umbrella.
I just had to. Yeah, it's pouring out here right now. No, it's sprinkling, and I don't want to mess up, the beauty. It's just a passing sprinkle or some mist this morning. I've been talking about this a lot. We only have one day in the past 3 years from June to August that was a high in the 60s. So this is super rare, and today's that day. So I'm selling it, but yeah, it's definitely seasonally cool, but one of the coolest days we've had in the past 4 years in the summer is today. So 51 in St. Cloud right now, 52. I got the light coat. It is very comfortable out here. It's more of like a early May type day. Temperatures around the metro, we're all at 50 to 54 like in Blaine. The winds are out there today, not as strong as yesterday, but 10 to 15 miles per hour. And we've got the one little sprinkle passing right now. Looks like it's in Chaska. Gonna head down to Jordan here. It has been incredibly light, not a huge impact. We'll time that out for you. Not really impacting the roads. You see anything damp out there, Cece?
No, roads are definitely drying out. Good morning. Shouldn't impact your commute at all. But what I am seeing are two crashes. If you missed them when I talked about this 30 minutes ago, this is between Woodbury and Oakdale. There's a crash 494 eastbound. This is the exit ramp to 94 eastbound. It looks like a semi veered off the road here. We have a few tow trucks here. Folks are still taking the ramp. Just use caution. The same thing goes for the situation in Blaine, 35W southbound. This is near Sunset Road. Vehicle has been stalled here on this right shoulder for quite a minute here. This is as you're headed toward Lexington and Circle Pines. Won't need to add any extra time in that area, but just something to look out for. Very quiet right now besides those two crashes, but there are a couple more projects that I want to talk about this morning, so I'll update you just after 6:15.
Cece, thank you. We do begin this morning with some breaking news. Protesters, police, and the National Guard still on the streets of LA this morning. They've been there all night, and we're just getting this new video here into the newsroom. Now, the protests are in response to President Trump's immigration crackdown and decision to send in the National Guard.
Yeah, we've been monitoring the situation overnight, and things are extremely tense. Fires, fights, and explosions are happening almost nonstop. And then take a look at this from an NBC reporter.
This feels like some sort of third world conflict zone. I mean, we have fires burning in the middle of intersections. We have police and law enforcement agencies under constant attack by these protesters. They have had rocks hurled through the windscreen. And now they are firing fireworks directly at officers who have backed off a bit, I've got to say.
Yeah, just a sampling of what it's been like on the streets there. Audrey's at the live desk, though. Been following this, Audrey, and you have some new information just coming in.
The images we're seeing this morning are chaotic, and LA's police chief said overnight his ranks are now overwhelmed by the number of demonstrators still on the streets. We're seeing a lot of burned cars this morning, set on fire and left smoldering in intersections. Protesters have also blocked part of the highway at times. On Truth Social this morning, President Trump encouraged arrests. There's been dozens of them so far. He was saying, quote, bring in the troops. He ordered 2,000 National Guard troops to the city, though we've only seen about 300 on the ground, according to NBC's reporting. Los Angeles' Mayor Karen Bass fired back at the administration, saying the anger from the protesters is being stoked by the president.
I don't want people to fall into the chaos that I believe is being created by the administration completely unnecessarily.
Gavin Newsom, California's governor, is also criticizing President Trump. He's already asked the president to withdraw the order for National Guard troops. And in the last 12 hours, he's threatened to sue the administration if it does not call them back. Back to you.
Really intense images there coming out of California. Audrey, thank you. We're also keeping you up to date on breaking news out of Minneapolis overnight. First, a police investigation in the Hawthorne neighborhood. This was the scene near North 29th and Colfax Avenue around 1 a.m. Right now, we're waiting to hear from MPD on the details here. And Minneapolis Fire has been at a public storage next door to Target Field for the last 5 hours. They say a storage unit on the 4th floor caught fire around 1 a.m. They say the bulk of the fire is out and they're working on ventilating the building.
We're just hours away from Minnesota lawmakers heading back to the state capitol now for a special session.
It comes after weeks of delays and missed deadlines, but at 10 this morning, the session finally gets underway. Michelle Beck is live at the Capitol right now, and lawmakers don't have much time to get things done here, Michelle.
Oh yeah, and lawmakers have 14 different bills to get to. The clock starts at 10 a.m. today, and by 7 a.m. tomorrow, time will be up. In this one-day special session, lawmakers will be finalizing and voting on bills, some of which are about consumer protection and transportation financing. Here are the rules set for today. Legislators can't offer any amendments, but they can discuss them on the House and Senate floors. Leaders tell KARE 11 they expect to get everything done. This will help the state avoid a government shutdown that would have started July 1st. And a bill to watch for today is actually something that requires some compromise here at the state legislature. It would end access to state health care for undocumented adults. More details on that in the next half hour. Back to you.
Michelle Beck reporting live from the Capitol. We'll check back here in the next half hour. We, of course, will be following all of the progress from the Capitol and the special session. You can watch our coverage on KARE 11 Plus, download it on your TV, and watch for free.
We're keeping tabs on the Metro Transit website this morning. The Blue Line service between Franklin and Fort Snelling is suspended right now due to a deadly crash just before 10 last night. Metro Transit telling us the train hit a cyclist at Hiawatha and 42nd. Buses will run that route while they investigate.
We've just crossed the 1 month mark since 16-year-old Manny Collins went missing. He was last seen in Columbia Heights with his father. Manny's mom says that she's still holding out hope, but fears that Manny's father may have done something to their son.
In the beginning, he was cooperating. He was helping look for him. And now that stuff has hit the fan, it's like you don't want to talk to anybody. So that's a red flag.
Right now, authorities are searching a landfill near Elk River where they believe some evidence might be located. Authorities haven't specified what exactly they're looking for, but say they're prepared to search for Manny as long as it takes.
Happening overnight, the president's travel ban is now in effect. That ban impacts 12 countries, mostly from Africa and the Middle East, and it prevents their residents from entering the United States. Somalia is just one of the countries on that list.
I got called last night, a gentleman who was crying. He was like, I have been waiting for my kids to reunite for 9 years, and I have been going through the process. Now they granted the visa. Is this going to affect my kids?
The president says he ordered the ban to protect the United States from people he considers foreign terrorists. Many Democratic lawmakers are pushing back on the ban, calling it unconstitutional. We're taking a live look at the U.S. Futures Board this morning ahead of renewed trade talks with China today. You can see everything projected to start mostly in the green right now. It comes just days after President Trump held a lengthy phone call with China's president. Right now, the U.S. and China are in a 90-day tariff de-escalation. U.S. duties on Chinese imports are at 30% instead of 145%, while China's rate is down to 10% from 125%.